Good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Greg D in the ABC Action News Weather Center. Wanted to give you the latest information on Hurricane Irma, just in from the National Hurricane Center. And the situation for the Leeward Islands continues to get more dire as this storm has now been up to 180 miles an hour, a Category 5 storm. In fact, the Hurricane Center noting that this is now the strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin outside of the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. And interestingly enough, the Hurricane Hunter aircraft that found these strong winds has yet to fly through the strongest part of the storm. A very well-defined circulation. The storm is perfectly circular. The eye is also incredibly well-defined. This all shows a very dangerous storm that unfortunately is now starting to approach some populated islands. On an earlier Hurricane Hunter mission, they found surface winds of 186 miles an hour. That's when it was upgraded to Category 5, and that intensification may not be done yet. Here's the track. The islands that we're watching in the Caribbean, Antigua over towards Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, and then possibly Puerto Rico. Now, for those in Puerto Rico, it's going to be the northern coast and the northeast corner that's going to be hit the hardest, with hurricane warnings already up. The outer bands on Titan Doppler radar already entering Puerto Rico. San Juan and Vieques are going to be affected more than Arroyo and Ponce, which are farther on the west side of the island. Squally weather is beginning. Their worst weather comes in overnight and into the day tomorrow. The British Virgin Islands will also get the brunt of this storm. Now, as far as the model data, we've been watching that all morning. The west-northwest track should continue. The Hurricane Center is still thinking it's going to miss most of Hispaniola. That's the Dominican Republic and Haiti. As far as the eye, now there still will be heavy flooding rain over that island. Should come close to, but maybe stay north of Cuba. And then that turn, we're watching that turn. Still a big variety of guesses from the models as far as where this is going to go. In fact, let me show you the difference in the models. The difference in track for the weekend around Florida, 560 miles. That's how far the models are apart, though many of them are clustering around the state, and that's why we want to make sure that you are taking the storm seriously, you are seeking updates, getting updated on the track, and you're starting to think ahead into the weekend. Have that hurricane prep kit ready and check your evacuation zone. Check where you would go if you are in an evacuation zone in case that storm gets closer. Here's the updated forecast track from the Hurricane Center. Weakens it to a Category 4. Very unusual for a Category 5 to remain that way for a long period of time. But even by Sunday, 8 o'clock, Hurricane Center still has this as a 145 mile an hour Category 4 hurricane somewhere near South Florida, the Keys, or western Cuba. Remember, a lot of error here in this track as we approach the weekend. The forecast there is certainly not certain. Quiet weather to prep around Florida through the afternoon. As we look at your 7-day forecast, notice the effects from Irma, if it were to even get close to the Bay Area, would not show up until late in the week and maybe the start of next week as we see those heavy rains and winds affect the Bay Area, possibly. A lot to watch here with the storm. We've got updates hourly on ABC Action News, and of course, you can follow us on ABC Action News on social and on our website.